So, ladies and gents, today is a day of reckoning. The day when we gather to take stock on whether or not we have reached the goals that we have set for ourselves 5 years ago. In 2019, following my appointment as the Provincial Commissioner, I embarked on a tour to the districts. The aim then was to see where the districts were in terms of performance and how each district contributed to the performance of the province, as well as to share my priorities which inform the province focus areas. Ladies and gents, you'll also recall that I've said to all of us, building and maintaining police and community relations and to strive to win back the minds and hearts of our people, it is key. It's very important that when you serve the people or your clients, they must accept you with open hearts, open hands, without being forced to accept you. You will recall prior 1994, it was so difficult for members of the service or members of the police force to be accepted by different communities. It was so difficult. And I remember then, there were a lot of people, including the NGOs, who were hard at work, encouraging the communities to begin to work with the police. I remember there was a famous NGO then called IDASA. And later on, that IDASA is changed into this Human Rights Commission. It was on the forefront. It also provided some workshops for all of us so that we change our attitude, we change the way we're doing things so that the community must accept us. But there was a key message in that, whereby they were saying to us, trust is being earned. It's not for free. You don't buy it at Maravastad and come and say, trust me, hey, trust me, Dr. Patel, hey, you like it or not, trust me. No, I must earn the trust. And I've said to all of us that our community, they won't just trust us based on what we are saying, but they will trust us when they see what we are doing. We need to be visible in our communities. We need to be responsive to the community's concerns. Then the community will begin to trust us. You can go to areas whereby it is crime-ridden, but you find the community there still trust the police. And then you say, how can you trust this police even though the crime stats are so high? They will tell you that our police are responsive to our concern. When we call them, they respond. When we phone them, they pick up the calls. When we report issues, they listen. So the crime stats are not just the main denominator which it will bring us closer to the community. It's how we interact with the community, how we treat them, and how responsive we are. Then we'll earn the trust of the community. We further said we need to combat serious and violent crime, because Gauteng was known to be the gangster paradise, whereby the criminals here, they are still daring heartless, aggressive, have no regard to human life, and something which makes the communities out there to be on their own. We as law enforcement agencies, we have a constitutional mandate to protect these communities against these criminals. So if we can deal with serious and violent crime, because those are the crimes of fear to our communities. For example, your house robberies. Just think of it. Seated at the comfort of your home with your family, there comes these criminals. And all of you are being stripped naked. Parents, children, grandchildren, and everybody else. And they begin to take whatever they want to take. Because at that time you feel helpless. Your dignity and confidence is ruined and is gone as a victim of crime. And I've said to my officers and everybody else, all law enforcement officers, to encourage them to fight serious and violent crime. I say, put yourself in the shoes of the victim. Think of it. If it was you that time, there, stripped naked in front of your partner and your children, your partner gets raped there while everybody's watching. Put yourself in those victims' shoes. Even if you can pause for 3 seconds and think of it. It's not a nice thing. I'm saying this thing just to remind all of us that know your why. Why are you here? Why are you here? I've said we must tackle organized crime and corruption. Organized crime is one of the criminality which is sophisticated, which is eroding the confidence which our community is having towards the criminal justice system. Because those chaps who are involved in this organized crime, they are regarded as untouchables in our communities. They can do as they wish, and nobody will do anything about that. If the child of that person is arrested at the police station, it's just a one phone call, and then the child will be released. Should a junior member who doesn't know this person happen to arrest this person for drink and driving, one phone call, everybody will wake up to go and release that person. Must we allow those things to happen? No one is above the law. Doesn't matter. Provincial commissioner or a constable, they say no one is above the law. But this thing of making favors and favors and favors, it has now given rise to organized crime. Because these people, they grow bigger and bigger and bigger, and they become the monsters and becomes uncontrollable. They even tell the magistrate whether they'll be able to attend court on that day or not. You find others, the magistrate even ask them, will the 25th suit you say? Say, no, I'm not available on the 26th. How about you postpone the case to this day? That's the danger of organized crime. It controls everything, from the police station, to the court, to the correctional services. Even if they can be sentenced, this vicious cycle doesn't end. One corrupt police officer will even go and book this prisoner out or this offender out to say it's further investigation or whatever. You find those people, enjoying themselves in hotels with prostitutes and whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, persist in serving our communities with pride, dignity, and firm commitment to the rule of law. Let us not let criminals corrupt us. We must remain patriotic and serve with clean conscience. Protect this country called South Africa with everything we have. Defend the gains. By the way, no one is having a dual citizenship here. You only have a full citizenship for this country. Even if you can go to Lesotho, you won't be a full citizen of Lesotho. Even if your grandmother is from Lesotho, but whether you are a citizen, but no, you are not. Even if you can be fed up, you say you go to Dubai. In Dubai, you won't be a first citizen of Dubai. You will remain a foreigner. So the only country where you have a full citizenship is South Africa. So defend it, protect it. It is in your hands. Team Gauteng